Hello, this is Coach Allison, and I am back with week 19, Defy Aging. Alrighty, let's get this a little straighter. This week we have two circuits. One is going to be an in your own space, it's going to be kind of short and quick. The other is going to be a more standard circuit rotation, and that's going to be 5 exercises, rotating around as a group. Circuit 1, the one that's in your own space is going to be for 3 sets of 20 seconds on and 40 seconds off. And it's going to be all leg stuff. So for that little first circuit, it's going to be just focusing on your lower body. Circuit 2, the rotation going around in a circuit, a rotation as a group, that's going to be more total body. That's going to be for 3 rounds as well, but that's going to be timed 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. So let's go through all of our exercises for the week. All right, exercise 1 for this first circuit is a heavy sumo squat. So we do want you to go heavy for this first reason, because a sumo squat is just a very strong exercise. You're using, first of all, your lower body, but we're really focusing on glutes, hamstrings, quads, so really working all those nice, strong, big muscles in our body. A sumo is a nice, strong movement. But secondly, we're only doing this first round is for 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off. So we're going low work time, a lot of rest time. So since you have all that recovery time and a minimal minimal work time, that means you can really challenge yourself with the weight. So that said, pick a challenging kettlebell. Legs are wide stance, toes pointing slightly out. They're not going perfectly to the side, but they're angled pretty good distance out. And we sink down. Those knees are going outward as well. Make sure the knees are tracking right over the ankles at the bottom of the squat, so they're not kind of caving inward from the side. You'll see that I have a little forward lean, not too much. So I'm not trying to stay perfectly straight, but I'm also not leaning too far forward. So a little forward lean. All right. Again, challenging weight. That is our heavy sumo squat. This one, kneeling get up. Excuse me. The best way to start this is in the down position. So I want everyone to start down. So you start in a kneeling position. All right, this is our start. Okay, we come up. So you put one foot up, and then we stand. That same leg you stepped up with then goes down, and we're back where we started. Now for the second rep, switch that starting leg. So now I'm going to step up with this side. Again, same leg that went up first, goes down first. Okay, so I'll show you this a few in a row. So right leg up, right leg down, left leg up, left leg down. So I'm just showing you that in a row because we do want to alternate the leading leg to make sure we're getting even amount on each side here for the 20 seconds. Now, a couple of other ways to do this because this is very challenging. So you can give yourself, I did mine with hands on the hips. You can do a little bit of a push off with your arms. This would be called an assisted kneeling get up. So you're giving yourself a little assistance there. Okay. And of course, another option, perhaps don't want to be down on your knees. This is a very high step. It was just the one that was right in front of me. You don't have to use this high of a step. Another alternative for this is going to be a step up. So choose a box that's appropriate height for you. Again, this is pretty tall, but we're doing step up, up, and then alternate the leading leg with each new step. That way we're getting that same alternating pattern. But the step up will be an option as well. All right, that's our kneeling get up. The first exercise of circuit B, now into our rotation, is a bird dog row. This is a new one that we've never done in Defy. Many of you know bird dog. Traditional bird dog is this exercise. Okay, so we're going to combine that concept with a row, back row. All right, got a dumbbell. Starting in that tabletop position, same kind of bird dog starting position. The side with the row and the opposite leg. Okay, so I have my dumbbell in my left hand. So my right leg is going to go out, and I'm actually holding it there, though. I'm not going to be doing reps, holding it there. That's already challenging on your glute. And with that other side, I'm doing a back row. So I'm pulling that dumbbell kind of up and back toward my hip, not towards the armpits or the chest. We do back rows a lot, so many of you are very familiar. So I'll show you a few reps in a row. Try not to let that right leg kind of start to sink down because it's going to want to. So focus on keeping that glute engaged, keeping that leg up, parallel to the floor. Okay. We're going to do round one side, round 2, the other side. And then round 3, we'll switch halfway through. So then we only have to worry about the switching halfway through for one round. All right, that is a new one. Like I said, for anyone staying off the floor, we're going to do a kneeling or a bench back row. So you will, wait, yes. You'll be on a bench. Now, instead of lifting this leg up, though, we're not going to do that. We're going to have, let me turn this way. We're going to have that leg that would be up is going to actually be on the floor for support. Okay, so I'll show you from the side. But as you can see, it's very similar. Again, the side with the weight, and the other leg is on the floor. Okay. All right, that's our bird dog back row. Okay, we have a seesaw chest press. For this one, we're going to turn palms in, so a neutral grip as opposed to palms forward. Okay, I don't know why I'm starting in the up position. All right, so starting elbows on the floor, palms turned in, again, neutral grip. One arm starts up, and for the seesaw pattern, it's slightly different than just a standard alternating. As one arm goes up, the other arm goes down. Now, that doesn't mean you have to necessarily go fast. I feel like for sometimes when we do the seesaw pattern, people think it has to be fast. That only refers to the pattern, not the speed. Just means when one arm goes up, the other goes down. So you still go at a nice controlled speed. Okay, one arm goes up, other goes down. When you put the weights down, put them down like this, bell to the floor like that. All right, and if anyone is staying off the floor, your coaches will wheel into the turf space some incline benches. So you will, you won't be perfectly flat, but you'll be on an incline and you can still do that exact same movement with the dumbbells, but it's keeping you off the floor. These shuffles, I think we had these a few weeks ago. Alrighty, we're not doing the cone touch like we did a few weeks ago, so you don't have to get low and touch anything. Soft bend in your knees, so you're maybe in like a half of a squat, maybe like a quarter of a squat, kind of like this. Very important though, that we don't want to stay up nice and tall. Okay, and then you go like this from side to side, whatever route or whatever length of space your coach has designated. So I'll go this angle so you can see. So you kind of hover in the air for a split second. And when you're in the air is when your feet kind of come together. And you're always keeping that soft bend in the knees. And you're staying on the balls of your feet, very important. So you're kind of light on the balls of your feet. So that's going to help with the agility components. And it's going to get that heart rate up. It's going to act as some cardio as well. Hammer bicep curls. Got a weight in each hand. Palms are neutral again, just like with the seesaw press. And neutral means just palms turned in like this, as opposed to this, just reiterate. And we bend at the elbows, coming into a bicep curl with that hammer curl position. A couple things to look out for. Want to look out for swinging, so we're avoiding swinging the arms back, so none of that. And we want a full extension at the bottom. So let those arms come all the way down. Try not to stop them right here. We actually do want a full extension at the bottom. That's our hammer curl. Last station is a plank rocker. So the only thing about the plank rocker, unfortunately, there's not a knee version of this plank. So there is a plank, full elbow plank on the floor, elbows and toes, or there is an incline option. So I'll show you those two. I'll show you the incline first since I'm up already. Alrighty, you can use, if you're using one of these types of benches, it's a little bit hard surface, so your coach can maybe put a mat over it, or you can not use a mat, but it's just a little hard. So you're on the elbows in a plank position. So remember, hips are level. You should have a relatively straight line from your neck to your heels, meaning if I have my butt up here, that's not a straight line, right? It goes up. So, and then we're pulling with the strength of our arms and shoulders and kind of pushing and pulling with the toes to sort of rock forward and back. But when you do this, you're not you're still not sticking that butt up. You're keeping that flat plank and rocking forward and back. So that's, oof, yeah, feeling that right here. That's what it would look like on the incline. On the floor, same thing, nice and level. So again, my butt's not way up here, pushing forward, pulling back. So again, it's not this. See the difference? You're staying flat. Lots of shoulder, lots of actually like ankle and feet. I mean, obviously it's a core exercise too. That's our plank rocker. Okay, everybody, the team builder is going to be kind of working on your own, but as a team, kind of like when we did that arm finisher a couple of weeks ago. It's going to be boulder shoulder time. We're going to build up those nice round boulder shoulders. So 3 shoulder focused exercises in a row for 2 sets. Those 3 exercises are standard overhead press. You know this one, we do it a lot. Palms forward, press, and down. 10 of these. Okay, 10 of those. Then you go right into a high plank shoulder tap, 10 of those. That's going to be 10 total, not 10 each side. So I'll show you this, of course, but you count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 total, not 10 each side. High plank. So yes, I know we just did a regular elbow plank, but this is high plank, hands instead of elbows. I like to put my feet wide for this because then when you pick up one hand, you have a little wider stability base with your feet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, trying to stay level in the hips, trying not to turn and tilt too much there. You can use your incline. I like to go kitty corner here when I do an incline. So it's a teeny bit wider base here than if you go like this. That's just me. So again, hips level, no steeple butt, so not doing this. Anyway, you can go on an incline here if needed. Okay, 10 of those. And then 10 of something. 10 prone arm raises. These are harder than they look. I'll show you what they look like. You're in basically a Superman position, but I don't want you to default to an actual Superman. I'll show you the difference. Trust me, they're harder than they look. So you're laying flat, prone, so you're on your stomach. Arms are straight out, and your nose is pointing directly at the floor. So you're looking straight down. Now with a Superman, you lift everything. You lift your head, you lift your chest, you lift your legs. With this, you lift nothing else except your arms. So you're not lifting your torso, you're not lifting your head. It's so hard. Okay, watch. You're not bending the elbows, trying to keep the arms as straight as you can. Try really hard to resist this. All right? It's a very small movement, but it's really getting those rear delts and a little of the medial delts. Okay, so 10 of those. If for anyone staying off the floor, grab some light dumbbells. Trust me, they're going to need to be lighter than what you did with their press. I'd say about half. So if you grabbed 12s for your presses, you might have grabbed like maybe 5s or 8s for these. Your alternative for that is going to be dumbbell front raises. So you keep a soft bend in your elbow, not big like this, very soft, and you control raising the arms forward and down. That's going to be a front raise. That's going to be your alternative for anyone staying off the floor. So that's all shoulder focus, different areas of the shoulders. Again, 10 of those overhead presses. I forgot. 10 of the high plank shoulder touches. 10 of the prone arm raises. 2 sets of that. And that's our team builder. All right, team, that is week 19. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying the new warm-up and cool down. Any feedback is appreciated, so share that with your coach and they will share that with me, and we'll see you back next week.